Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be talking today a bit about motivation. What it means to be motivated. Now a lot of people probably watch this and think, oh, I'm motivated. I go to the gym, I follow a carnivore diet, I do this, that and the other, great. But it means so much more than that. It means more than just applying a certain practice, an intervention, an exercise regime. Ultimately, bodybuilding is about doing the same thing over and over and over again. Then, when something doesn't work, you change it. And that's part of the reason why I enjoy bodybuilding so much. Now, it is, if I'm honest, a bit of a masochistic, sadistic kind of way of going about life. It's not fun for a lot of people, and I understand why. No one goes to the gym and they enjoy being at the gym. They get a thrill out of the feeling they have when they're leaving the gym. The endorphin rush. I've achieved something, I've lifted a certain weight, done so many reps today, I've seen my friends, I've got out the house, that sort of thing. Now, for me as a disabled bodybuilder, because that's what I am, I do live with hidden disabilities, I have to embrace that. I have to go about my day thinking, okay, maybe I can't do what everyone else can do, but I can do something. So I've deployed different methods, different methodologies to still manage to successfully train in the gym. So what I've actually learned over the past year or so, since I've had my spinal surgery, is that you really have to be very careful about what you do in the gym. And I come from a different position to most people watching this, in that I can't go to the gym or go about my day and think, oh, I'm going to go to the gym today, I'm going to do this, that and the other. It has to be so carefully planned. And what I've noticed is I'm getting a lot better results than most people that go to the gym. And that includes the absolute novices that go to the gym and get these, newbie or noob gains. The reason why is because I apply myself. I understand it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's not about getting there as quickly as possible. It's also about enjoying the journey. Now, I did a podcast perhaps 2 years ago with Colt Milton, so you can find that on his channel, which is Goldbells TV. And basically what I was talking about was my why. And he asked me a question at the end of the interview, and it was, why do you bodybuild? What is your thing? What's the point of it? What does it mean to you? And I said, well, the journey is the most rewarding part of bodybuilding. The bit on stage is obviously the collation, the presentation of what you've done in the gym and the diet you've applied and all that sort of thing. And it comes together to formulate that single presence at that given time. But it's not that much to me. I mean, competing is obviously important because it shows that you're dedicated, and it does give a sense of self-gratitude and fulfillment, which most people don't experience in their lives ever. Most people, believe it or not, are not competitive, and that's completely fine. That's the human race's way of sort of saying, maybe we're not good enough. Maybe our gene pool isn't good enough. And I'm not saying that my gene pool is great or excellent by any means. No, I've got so many problems with myself. But what I am saying is you should still strive for more. And I was actually watching a video just today actually with Andrew Scarborough, and he actually has I believe it is a grade 4 glioblastoma, which is like a brain cancer, effectively. But what he's done is he's applied different things throughout his life. He's used different protocols, supplements, drugs, basically in an attempt to put that into remission. Now, at this point, I believe he's something like 10, 11, 12 years into remission from that disease state. And what he talks a lot about is how he's trying to embrace life, live each day, and try and live as a stress-free kind of situation as possible, which I can completely get behind. And it makes so much sense. We're never going to thrive if we're trying to be, living in this highly strung, highly anxiety-ridden state. And so many people I consult with are so highly strung, you can see it in their face. And some people are so highly strung, they won't even go on video to talk to me. That's always tricky for me as an autistic person to understand where that person's coming from. I'm a very empathetic person. I absorb a lot of people's emotions, which is extremely draining at times, but it makes me a better coach because I can listen to the person and understand much better. Now, getting back to the point of the motivation side of it. So why am I doing it? Why am I doing a bodybuilding competition knowing that my spine and hip are severely compromised. I'm doing it as payback. I'm doing it as payback to the world that has not been most helpful to me. It's my way of saying, fuck you, I'm going to do this in spite of all this. So basically it requires a lot of stoicism. Now people think, oh, you're not David Goggins, you're not doing this, that and the other. What I do is 10 times harder than what David Goggins does. He doesn't live in the pain that I live in. He doesn't have the lifestyle that I live. He doesn't have to apply so many biohacks just to get out of bed each day. You're looking at false idols, guys. You're looking at these people that do all these extreme things, but not realizing there's many more people around you that are doing much better work with what they have. Now think of the single mums out there. Think of, Sophie, who was on my channel a lot in the past. She's a single mum. She's now working 3, 4, sometimes even 5 times per week. She's barely managing to get through her day without some severe stress, panic, just feeling ill and rough and lacking sleep. They're the role models that you should have. The people around you, the people that you should have as role models. Because ultimately, they're the ones that will probably care about you. And they're the people that would judge you. You can't be judged by someone that you've never met. You don't need to do what David Goggins does. You don't need to be Wim Hof to experience this self-satisfaction. Remember, the people around you are the most important people to you. So recently, I actually have been going out for meals with my mum, my stepdad, and my nan, who's 93 years old nearly. We've been having a meal out on Sunday, and that's been like a ketogenic style meal. Then still, even despite that, in fact that it gives me pleasure to spend time with them, people will still say, oh, you're ketovore. As if to say, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. And I'm like, I'm living a better life than you, mate. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm doing what 99% of people will never, ever be able to do. Ever. As hard as they try. It's never going to happen. I take a lot of pride in that. And I want to motivate people that are like me. So autistic people, people with degenerative spine diseases, people with severe hip back pain, people that live with difficulty. Because there's a lot of people out there. And what you guys see on social media is such a snapshot. We have no idea what, for example, Sean Baker goes through each day, or Dr. Anthony Chafee, or Professor Barkay, Harry Sopanos, Pim Johnson, countless other people online. You just see a snapshot of what they do each day. But what they're doing is they're putting their best foot forward. And they're showing to you what can be done. Now, what I'd like to do is challenge each of you, perhaps in the comment section below, to write down one thing that you've struggled with this week. And what I want you to do is say how you're going to apply yourself to get past it. That's what I want you to do. When you've done that, you've aired that thought. You've put it to the forefront of your mind. And once you've done all that, you can say, have I achieved what I wanted to this week? Most of you will say, no, I haven't. And that's why you're not getting results. That's why you're not motivated. That's why you're not competitive. And that's why you're not successful. That's down to you. You make your own premises in life. You have to live for yourself, guys, whilst also making the life more manageable for people around you. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. Build muscle and lose fat on the carnivore diet.